The fire has massively made school panic. The crowds that connect the corridor to psych lab make all teachers worried. Since 3 students of the school are still stuck and locked in psych lab, which has now covered by the fire. Mrs. Weni and Mr. Yedi are blaming each other regarding the issue happening in school today. On the other hand, the 3 students, Mories, Edita, and Gilang, who are still stuck inside of the room, try their best to survive in a room that is entered by the black smokes caused by the fire. Edita and Mories are almost dying when Gilang has finally succeeded to smash the door. The teachers save them quickly after the students have escaped from the almost burnt room. Edita, Gilang, and Mories, who are still weak in their faded uniform, asked by Mr. Yedi to meet him in counseling room. There has been Mrs. Weni, Haru, Bunga, Arlene, and Sam. These 4 students are suspected to be the actors behind the case. Those 4 students denied to have Mories, Gilang, and Edita locked in a room. The room has gone uncontrolled by the clash happened inside. 8 months later, Mories enrolls herself to Bina Kencana High School. As what usually happens in the new year of school in Indonesia, there is always event people call ospek, or the orientations of students. Mories often become the target of their senior. Moreover, when one girl named Tiana, who always tries to get her back and tends to make problem with the senior, wants to be her friend. Alan, Panca, and Nana are the seniors who always show off their power. They'd like to make fun of Mories and Tiana. One day, when the orientation is still being held, Mories forgot to bring her own name tag. So it became the chance for Nana to make fun of her again. She writes something in a paper and stick behind Mories' back. Paper said Chandra's mistress. This thing has grown a big deal since the school started gossiping about the issue. Though Chandra feels uncomfortable, slowly he now puts attention on her. The orientations of students has done. Now, Mories and Tiana start the days of the high school. It is not easy as it sounds. Because of a problem in a previous event, Tiana and Mories still have to deal with a bunch of seniors. In the first day of school, Tiana has to be the bullying target of Alan, who drives the car. He intended to hit her when he drives the car, but unfortunately Mories was there too. Instead of hitting Tiana, he hits Mories. Mories was a little bit injured. She is taken to the UKS. By this accident, Tiana smells something different after she knows that Alan was the driver. Since the very beginning of their meeting, Mories has felt that Tiana will be her friend in this phase of life. It is strengthened when she knows that they are in the same class. The next day and further, they are always together, including when they get problems with the senior. Days pass. Mories and Tiana enrolled themselves into LKS. LKS is the event of basic leadership in which the students who follow the event will be the OSIS committee. There is nothing different between OSPEC and LKS. Both are the event when the bunch of seniors show their power to be known of who they really are in school. So like that, Chandra and Alan shows the opposite. Both are putting attention to Mories, but not with Tiana.
In the event, Tiana seems to be active to answer the questions and asking the questions to the presenter of LKE. The seniors now realize that Tiana has potential to be part of OSIS. It is different with Mories, who doesn't think that LKS is fun event. She even doesn't understand why she is chosen to be the candidate. The LKS has done. Mories and Tiana live their life as students again. Same thing happens to the senior. In the laboratory of biology, Pancha, Andy, and Alan are talking about Tiana, the troublemaker. Andy and Pancha think it is funny if they become couple. Alan was very angry when both of his friends make jokes like that, because he and Tiana have plans all the time. Not long after that, Ares scares Tiana with dead frogs and make her fainted. Because of that, Alan has to help Tiana accompanied by Mories. At that moment, Tiana is also very pleased that Alan takes care of her. Alan is a student council president and Tiana loves Alan so much. After Tiana conscious, Mories helps Tiana out of the infirmary. But Mories and Tiana feel someone watching them, and it turns out that someone is crazy and wants to hug the girls. When the crazy man runs toward Mories, swiftly Alan tries to help Mories again. Tough Mories is cold and doesn't say thank you sincerely to Alan. But Alan feels his heart beating more and he smiles automatically. The next day, at school, there is a Miranda squad coming over Mories. She attacks Mories because she thinks Mories has taken Alan from Miranda. But the direction is known by Alan. Again and again, Alan saves Mories. After Alan helps Mories also, Alan starts liking Mories. The other day, Miranda squad are increasingly making fun of Mories, until Mories falls and breaks her nose. There is no one who wants to help her except Chandra, someone who hates Mories. But strangely, he instead helps Mories go to hospital. The fact is that Chandra is the person asked by Mr. Aksana or Mories' father to take care of her in school. By utilizing the situation, Chandra takes advantage of that to take revenge on Alan. Chandra plans to take Mories from Alan. When break time, Alan goes to Mories' class and suddenly Chandra comes by stating that Mories is his girlfriend. Alan is very surprised to hear it. Alan can't believe it and go back to class and feels very sad, and he feels bad mood that day.
Alan meets Revan and finds out that Mories has been a patient of psychiatrist since she was in elementary school. Mories suffers from Urba-Witt disease. She asks some girls to beat up Wanda, Leah, Gea, and Sika, who has bullied her before until she broke her nose. Before Mories and her friends can break Sika's arm or leg, Alan and Chandra come to stop her. The headmaster of Mories' school tells her father about what she did to those girls, and her dad is disappointed and takes back his decision about letting Mories go out without bodyguards or Chandra beside her. Mories, who doesn't want to go around with bodyguards, agrees to have Chandra around her again. Tiana is trying to find a part-time job in newspaper when she meets Alan. When Alan knows she's looking for a part-time job, he asks his mom if she is still looking for a worker in her boutique, and she agrees to hire Tiana there. One day, Mories is cleaning the windows in her classroom when Tiana suddenly walks into the room with a paper in her hand. She finds out that Mories has paid her study tour payment and it offends her. She thinks that Mories is trying to look like an angel in front of everyone by helping her. She is jealous because Mories got everything she wants. Mories pushes her back when she grips her arms very tightly, but Alan is right behind Tiana to catch her. Chandra quickly pulls Mories away from her. Mories feels anxious about how close Tiana and Alan are. She just finds out that Tiana has started working in Alan's mom's boutique. She notices how closer they got these days, and she thinks that they have fallen in love with each other. To make sure, she visits Alan's mom's boutique to see if what she thinks is true. In the boutique, she doesn't see Tiana interact with Alan at all, but instead, Alan finds out that Mories is stalking her in his mom's boutique. Mories, who denies Alan's accusation, says that she is there to buy clothes and starts pointing at some random clothes, claiming that she is going to buy them all. Alan, who sees she's pointing at men's clothes and some other clothes that are not supposed to be bought by teenagers like her, laughs and assumes that she's lying, especially when Alan finds out that she didn't bring her wallet. Then, Alan sends a blue dress for Mories from his mom's boutique and a men's clothes, which he thought she would buy for Chandra. At first, Mories doesn't want to give the clothes to Chandra because she didn't plan on giving him anything in the first place. But when she's going to school with Chandra, Prita, the housekeeper, gives the set clothes to Chandra.
In front of class, Alan and Pancha were arguing. Pancha doesn't agree with Alan's words, saying that Alan doesn't want to think about the others except Mories. Pancha thinks that Alan's words have hidden meaning. For him, it's like Alan wants to take Mories from Chandra's arm. Then Alan tells his fellas all his curiosity about Tiana. He is aware if Tiana actually likes Alan. Andy, who is busy chewing his gum beside Alan and Pancha, gets choked after his that. But then he laughs loudly and said that what he guessed before now becoming correct. The idea that is saying that Alan and Tiana case will be ended like Korean drama. Now Alan grumps. Chandra already told all the reason behind all his hate towards Alan. Maura. Yes, that girl is the only reason why Chandra hates Alan. Now Chandra is sure that Alan's weak spot, Mories, is now at his grip. Every time he wants to destroy and hurt Mories, he's sure that he can. But his heart feels wrong. Why? Why he can't even smiling when he is the winner now? He really doesn't understand a thing. Mories is now in Alan's car. Yes, Alan kidnapped her when she was waiting for Chandra. And now she got confused with Alan's weird statements and questions. Start from asking if Chandra been good to her, until told Mories to leave Chandra. Moreover, asked her that Chandra won't love her as he does, as Alan does. Of course, Mories feels strange. Her heart is now shocked. Really shocked. Even her face also got red. She is guessing. Does Alan feel the same like he feels towards him? Does Alan love Mories? Chandra just heaves his long breath. Just now, his juniors that looks over in makeup greeted him in such a no way. Chandra thinks they act are between coquettish and autist. His lips corners make a sinister smile shape. No way Mories wants to act like that. No way, he chuckles. But right after that, he got panicked. What on earth is going on? Why he be able to mention that human's name while smiling? Why? Mories reject food bought by Chandra. She's not hungry anymore. Mories waits for Chandra's usual response, such like angry, yells at her, leaves her, etc. But the truth is not like that. Chandra keeps silent. Mories get her conscience hooked because Chandra said that Mories should hear whatever he said. For him, it looks like Mories hard to hear his words, but not for Alan's words. Crowd of the voices fill the hospital's corridor, make they who are staying there panic. Chandra walks back and forward in front of the emergency room with anxious expression. Mr. Aksana is far more anxious right now. Also, Mories' family and the keepers keep sobbing hard. Their eyes become swollen because of that, because of the tears. Alan looks at them. His world feels broken since he accepted Tiana's call. That call could make Alan and Chandra running like crazy to the school gate. Mories, car, school gate. Those three words keep repeated by Tiana. Now Alan is really anxious and don't know what to do. When doctors come out from the emergency room, he could see something is happening. But he makes sure his thoughts are wrong. Mories is okay. Mories is strong. Mories is stronger. Then he stand up and start to walking back and forward until his feet couldn't afford, and he forced to sit. He have no energy anymore. From afar, Chandra is watching Alan. Chandra understands what Alan feels, because now he is in the same case with Alan. Chandra is in the same situation with Alan. He also feels what Alan is fearing about. Chandra realizes that now he loves Mories. Alan heaves his breath after accepting his mom's call. His mom finally let him to do whatever he wants. Alan looks at the scenery he had through the window in his bedroom in Seoul Palace Hotel. Gangnam doesn't change much. Alan always visits this country even though he had studied back then in Singapore and all his busy schedule. All he wants are refreshing and watching his memories. Then he takes in stacks an agenda from his favorite backpack. Now Alan is succeeded to be with his memories, with his Mories. After all of the complex things had happened, started from he had to go far away and avoided Mories since that accident happened. He knows it's Mories dead. Mories disappeared and Alan almost going crazy before Mr. Aksana called him. Mr. Aksana gave Alan the requirements that should be done by Alan so that he can willingly give Mories to be in Alan's responsibility. Alan is success now. He is mature and graduated from one of the best universities in the world, Nanyang Technological University. The most important thing, the most important requirement is that he still has the same, even far more, the love he has for Mories back then. All years he had collected and make he loves Mories more than before. But that Mories' condition as it is because Mories is worthy to be loved. Mories is now waiting for Alan who've been busy with their wedding invitation. She feels really bored and her eyes scanning the agenda that slipped on the seat at the back. She curious about its contents. The first page just full with Alan's teaching, studying and meeting schedules. Nothing special, she thought. But the page after that makes Mories speechless. It saved Alan's own instant snapshot. The caption on each page is First Day in Seoul. Is this city really beautiful to you? 2010. Memories. Her photo when she was typing in SMU Garden. 2010. Today we have our church magic. Spring in Seoul 2011. Pretty Boy Sent Home. Here we done good along with you, Mories. 2011. And the last is Today. Marry Me. 2012. Me, Mories. Me and Mories. Our memories.